weed, wisdom, and the choices no one talks about. Many young people today are talking about cannabis. They call it weed. Some say it is just a plant. Others say it helps them feel calm or happy. On social media, you see people laughing and smoking. On TikTok and Instagram, it looks fun. You see clouds of smoke, colorful lights, music, and jokes. Your favorite celebrities use it. Your friends talk about it. Maybe they use it at parties. Maybe someone has even offered it to you. So you start to wonder, is it really safe? Is it really okay? Everyone seems fine. So why do some people say cannabis is dangerous? Maybe you are just curious. Maybe you have already tried it once or twice. Or maybe you are thinking about trying it. This video is for you. It is for people who are young, smart, and want to understand the truth, not just follow what others do. We want to tell you something that many people do not say. Cannabis is not just about how it feels today. It can change your brain. It can change your focus. It can change your mood, your memory, your motivation. You may not see the change in one day, but it happens slowly, quietly. That is why we must talk about it. Some people use weed because they feel stress. Some feel sad or worried. Weed feels like an escape. But when we escape too often, we stop growing. We stop being our best self. We are not here to scare you. We are not your parents, teachers, or police. We are here to talk to you like a real friend. We want to give you real facts. Because what you don't know, that's what can hurt you. And when you know the truth, you can choose better. You can live better. You can take control. If you are watching this, you are not just anyone. You are different. You think for yourself. You don't just do what others do. You want to understand. You want to grow. That is power. So take a deep breath. Sit back. Listen carefully. Watch until the end. This is not just about weed. This is about your future. This is about your freedom. Your life is valuable. Your dreams are real. Don't let smoke block your vision. Let's talk. Open, honest, and clear. No lies. No filters. Because your life deserves clarity, not smoke. Chapter 1: The Pressure to Fit In, Why Weed Feels Like Belonging. It starts small. Maybe you're sitting on a bench. Or maybe you're at a party, in someone's room, or after school behind the gym. Your friends are laughing. Music is playing. Someone takes out a lighter. A small joint passes from one hand to another. Then someone turns to you. Want some? They ask. All eyes are on you. You didn't plan to try it. But in that moment, it's not just about weed. It's about the people around you. About not wanting to be the one who says no. You don't want to look weak. You don't want to be different. You want to belong. This is the real reason many teens start smoking weed. Not because they are addicted. Not because they love the feeling. But because they are scared of being left out. When you're young, you want to fit in. That's normal. Everyone wants friends. Everyone wants to be part of something. Saying yes to weed can feel like saying yes to the group. You think, if I say no, will they stop liking me? Will they laugh? Will I be alone? But here's the truth: when you change yourself to be liked, you start losing your real self. Bit by bit. Day by day. At first, you smoke once just to try. Then again, just to be cool. Soon, you stop thinking. It becomes a habit. And the worst part? You still don't feel like you belong. You still feel unsure. But now you also feel foggy, slow, tired. You're chasing a feeling, but the feeling keeps running away. Let's be real, no one wants to be alone. We all want friends. But real friends don't pressure you to change. Real belonging doesn't require smoke. Real confidence doesn't come from weed, it comes from knowing who you are. When you say no and people laugh or leave, they were never true friends. But when you say no and stay true to yourself, something amazing happens, you begin to lead. You begin to stand strong. And that attracts people who respect you, the real you. You don't need to light up the room. You don't need smoke to feel seen. You don't need weed to be liked. You just need courage to be yourself. So next time the pressure is real, pause. Ask, do I want this? Or do I just want to fit in? Chapter 2, The Brain Under 25, Why Timing Changes Everything. Your brain is not done growing. Yes, even when you're 16, 18, or 21, your brain is still building. Think of it like a city under construction. Every day, your brain adds new roads, new buildings, new lights. It's becoming faster, smarter, and stronger. But if you mess with it too early, the whole system can slow down or break. Science tells us this: your brain finishes growing around the age of 25. That's when things like focus, memory, and decision-making finally become solid. That's when you begin to really understand consequences and think long-term. That's when your mind becomes your superpower. But here's the problem: cannabis changes this process. THC, the main chemical in weed, doesn't just give you a high. It changes how the brain builds itself. When your brain is young and still growing, THC can interfere. It can slow the roads, damage the wiring, confuse the signals. You might not feel it today. You might smoke and still laugh, still walk, still talk. But over time, little by little, your memory weakens. Your motivation drops. You find it harder to care. You might forget simple things like names, assignments, or even why you walked into a room. Your energy gets slower. Your mood changes. And you don't even notice at first because it happens slowly. You may say, it's not that serious. But science says it is. Brains under 25 are more sensitive, more open, more powerful. That's why learning a language or skill is easier when you're young, your brain is sharp. But when you smoke weed often while your brain is still growing, it starts learning the wrong things. It learns how to depend on THC to relax. It learns to chase dopamine from smoke instead of real success. It begins to forget how to feel natural joy. And here's something most people never tell you: not everyone reacts the same. Some people smoke and seem fine. Others smoke and feel anxious, depressed, or paranoid. Some can stop. Others can't. Your brain is unique, and you never know how THC will affect you until it's too late. Let's be clear, we're not judging. We're not shaming. We're giving you power. The power to choose with full understanding. Because timing matters. Your brain is your future. You need it strong, clear, and fast to chase your dreams. To build your life. To protect your emotions. To stay in control. Every day you stay clear, your brain grows stronger. Every day you wait, you protect the wiring that makes you, you. You don't get a second brain. You don't get a rewind button. You only get one chance to grow it right. So ask yourself, is the high worth the slow loss of your sharpest tool? Or is your future worth protecting even when no one else talks about it? Chapter 3: Mental Health or Mental Trap? Life is stressful. You're under pressure at school, with family, with friends. Maybe you feel sad for no reason. Maybe you overthink everything. Some nights, your brain won't turn off. Some days, you don't even want to get out of bed. And when you talk to others, they say, just chill. Try weed. It'll help. And at first, it does feel like it helps. You take a few hits. The noise in your head gets quiet. The sadness feels softer. The anxiety fades for a little while. You feel okay again. But what you don't see is that weed is not solving the problem, it's just pressing pause. This is the danger no one warns you about. Weed doesn't heal pain, it hides it. It puts a blanket over your emotions, but the fire is still burning underneath. And when the high is gone, the stress comes back. The fear comes back. The sadness returns, sometimes even stronger. So what do? You smoke again. You repeat. You chase the silence over and over, until it becomes your only way to cope. But here's the truth: when you use weed to escape, you don't learn how to face your emotions. You don't grow stronger. You become dependent, not because you're weak, but because you're human. And humans need tools. The problem is, cannabis becomes a shortcut. And shortcuts steal the lessons. Real mental health is not about escaping your mind, it's about understanding it. It's about facing your pain and learning how to move through it. It's about talking, journaling, resting, healing. When you use weed as a crutch too often, your brain stops learning how to walk on its own. And the danger grows silently. You may start needing it just to sleep. Then just to relax. Then just to feel normal. That's when the mental trap becomes real. You're not free anymore, you're stuck. It's okay to want peace. It's okay to want relief. But don't trade healing for hiding. The more you run, the harder it is to come back. If you're hurting, talk to someone. If you're anxious, there are better tools. If you're tired of overthinking, your mind might just be asking for rest, not smoke. There's a thin line between coping and escaping. One helps you heal. The other holds you back. Your future depends on learning the difference. Chapter 4: Am I addicted? The quiet grip of habit. It doesn't start with a warning. It doesn't feel scary. In fact, it feels normal. You just take a little when you can't sleep. Maybe when you're bored. Maybe when you want to laugh more with friends. It's not every day, just sometimes. But then sometimes becomes often. And often becomes every day. You tell yourself, I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want. But deep down, you don't want to stop. Or maybe you've already tried and it was harder than you thought. Addiction doesn't always look like the movies. You don't have to be on the street. You don't have to shake or crash or scream. Sometimes addiction is quiet. Soft. Slow. You just need it to feel normal. You reach for it when you're tired. When you're anxious. When you're alone. It becomes a habit that follows you everywhere. Maybe you've said these words to yourself. I just need it to sleep. I can't focus without it. It helps me calm down. I don't feel like myself unless I'm high. If any of those sound familiar, this chapter is for you. Ask yourself honestly, are you still in control? Or is it in control of you? The problem with cannabis is that it tricks you. It tells you it's harmless. It feels like a friend, quiet, helpful, always there. But slowly, it replaces your real tools. You stop learning how to manage stress without it. You stop solving problems with your mind, you just smoke them away. It steals your confidence quietly. Maybe you've tried quitting, but everything feels harder. Music sounds different. Food tastes plain. Sleep takes forever. You're not alone. That's called withdrawal. And yes, weed has withdrawal too, not like other drugs, but real enough to pull you back. But here's the truth, you can break the habit. You are not weak. You're human. And humans can unlearn what hurts them. The first step isn't quitting, it's noticing. When does the craving hit? What feeling are you trying to avoid? What moment makes you reach for the smoke? Once you understand why you use it, you can choose how to change. You don't have to go cold turkey. You don't need to hate yourself. You just need to start being honest with the most important person in your life, you. This chapter is not here to shame you. It's here to wake you up. To remind you that life can feel amazing without fog. That focus, sleep, and peace are possible without needing something outside of you. You don't need to feel high to feel whole. Chapter 5: TikTok Truths and Weed Culture Lies. Every time you scroll through TikTok or Instagram, you see it. People laughing, chilling, blowing clouds, making jokes. It all looks fun, easy, and cool. The lighting is soft. The music is calm. The vibe is perfect. You see someone take a hit, smile, and say, "Best day ever." It seems like weed makes everything better. But here's the truth, what you see online is not the whole story. What you don't see is what happens after the camera turns off. You don't see the person who can't sleep without it. You don't see the student failing their exams. You don't see the creative person who lost motivation. You don't see the anxiety attacks, the burnout, the regret. You only see the filter, not the reality. Social media makes weed look like self-care. But sometimes, it's self-destruction with a pretty filter. The internet won't show you the full cost, the memory loss, the brain fog, the emotional numbness, the deep dependence. Why? Because honesty doesn't go viral. A blurry joke gets more likes than a hard truth. You might think, but everyone smokes now. It's normal. But ask yourself, is being normal the same as being healthy? Is following the crowd better than leading your own life? Many influencers smoke, but they don't show the panic they feel at night. Many artists post weed vibes, but don't talk about their lost drive. Some even quit quietly, but they never post that part. You only see the high, not the crash. This chapter isn't here to shame. It's here to protect. To open your eyes to what no one else is talking about. Because you deserve better than half-truths. You deserve real clarity. Weed culture online is built to sell, not to help. Behind the chill life aesthetic is often a real person feeling empty, confused, and stuck. Don't let a TikTok trend trick you into building habits that steal your time, your energy, and your potential. Remember, the internet is a stage. People only show what they want you to see. Real life, your life, doesn't need filters to be beautiful. You don't need smoke to be creative. You don't need weed to feel peace. You already have what you're looking for, it's just buried under noise. So next time you scroll, ask, is this real? Or is this just a highlight reel? Choose truth over trend. Choose your mind over their marketing. Choose your future, not their filters. Chapter 6: Weed in Your Dreams, What Are You Trading? Every time you light up, there is a trade happening, even if you don't see it right away. You might feel relaxed, calm, or happy in the moment. It seems like weed helps you escape stress or boredom. But at the same time, you give up something important. You trade your energy. You trade your focus. You trade the drive to reach your dreams. Imagine your dreams like a small fire inside you. That fire needs air, light, and fuel to grow strong. When you use cannabis often, that fire can slowly lose its strength. You may feel less interested in working hard or trying new things. You might forget your goals or feel tired more quickly. Weed doesn't just change your mood, it changes how your brain works, especially when you are young. Some people say, "I'm just relaxing." It's not a big deal. But over time, relaxing too much can stop you from moving forward. The small choices you make every day add up. If you choose weed often, you might miss chances to learn, grow, or succeed. It's like trading your future for a short feeling of comfort. Your dreams need clear thoughts and strong energy. Weed can make your thoughts foggy and slow your mind. This fog makes it harder to solve problems, plan, or remember important things. You might find it harder to focus in school or work. The motivation to chase your dreams can quietly disappear without you noticing. This doesn't mean everyone who tries weed will lose their dreams. But it's important to understand what you might be giving up. Sometimes the hardest trade is the one you don't realize you're making. Your dreams deserve your full strength, your clear mind, and your energy, not something that can quietly take those away. So, when you think about lighting up, ask yourself, what am I trading for this feeling? Is today's comfort worth risking tomorrow's success? Your dreams are waiting for you. Don't let them slip away in smoke. Chapter 7, The Legal Trap, One Mistake, One Record, One Future Lost. Many young people think that if weed is legal, then using it is safe and without risk. But the truth is more complicated. Even where cannabis is allowed by law, the rules can be confusing and strict, especially for young people. One bad choice, one night, one moment of poor judgment can change your whole future. You might get arrested or charged with a crime. You might lose your place at school or be kicked out of a sports team. You might be disqualified from jobs, scholarships, or other chances. The law is not always kind or simple. Sometimes, young people don't understand the rules until it is too late. This chapter is about the legal trap. It shows you how one mistake can follow you for years. That one record, a police report or school discipline, can close doors you didn't even know existed. Many people don't realize that even a small problem with cannabis can make it hard to travel, apply for a job, or get into college. Your future is valuable, and one moment can take a big part of it away. You need to be smart and careful. Just because something seems okay doesn't mean it's risk-free. Laws change from place to place, and sometimes police still arrest young people for having weed. Schools and employers also have rules that are different from the law. This means you might think you are safe but find yourself in trouble. The good news is, you can avoid the legal trap. Learning the rules, thinking ahead, and making better choices can protect you. It is not about fear, it is about being strong and smart with your life. Remember, one decision today can build your future or break it. Knowing the truth helps you make the best choice. Chapter 8, Can Weed Be Used Safely? The Honest Conversation. Weed is all around us. Some people say it helps them relax, focus, or feel happy. Not everyone who smokes loses control or has big problems. The truth is, some people use cannabis in ways that do not hurt their life or their dreams. But here is the thing, very few people really think about how to use it safely, with respect for themselves and their future. Most just follow the crowd, smoke because others do, or don't stop until they lose something important. This chapter is about honesty and choice. If you are going to be around weed, you should learn how to be in control, not let weed control you. This means knowing your limits, understanding how weed affects you, and making smart decisions. It means not using weed to run away from problems, but choosing if and when it fits in your life. It means respecting your body, your mind, and your goals. Being safe with weed is not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about awareness and balance. It's about choosing to protect your energy and your focus. It's about listening to yourself, not just to others. If you understand these things, you can be free. Free to enjoy life, free to chase your dreams, free to be who you want without losing yourself in smoke. This chapter is a real conversation. No fear, no lies. Just facts and respect. Because knowing the truth is your power. You deserve to make your own choice, the smart choice. Chapter 9, Real Stories, What They Wish They Knew Sooner. Sometimes, the best lessons come from real people, from those who have lived through the ups and downs of weed. These are not teachers or experts talking. These are young people just like you, who faced addiction, tried to quit, faced relapse, felt deep regret, and found new growth. They want to share what they wish someone had told them before they started. One story is about a girl who thought smoking was harmless fun. At first, it helped her feel part of the group, but soon she found she needed it every day just to feel normal. She lost focus on school and her dreams. Another story is about a boy who stopped smoking and sought his energy return. He realized how much time and money he had lost. He wished he had known the true cost earlier. Some stories are about relapse, when quitting is hard and falling back feels like failure. But the lesson is clear. Each time they tried again, they learned more about themselves and got stronger. These stories are not about blame. They are about truth, hope, and change. They teach us that quitting is hard, but possible. They show that everyone makes mistakes, but growth comes from learning. These voices remind us to think carefully before lighting up. To ask ourselves, is this helping me or holding me back? They remind us that we have the power to choose a better path. Hearing real stories helps us feel less alone. It shows that we are not stuck, and that the future is still open. It's never too late to change, to heal, and to grow. This chapter is about listening to others and to your own heart. Because when you know the truth, you can find your own way forward. You deserve to stay in control. You don't need weed to feel good about yourself. You don't need it to calm your nerves or to fit in with friends. Sometimes, it feels like everyone around you is doing it, and it seems like the easy way to relax or have fun. But deep down, you know your worth isn't tied to a plant or a smoke. True worth comes from inside, from how you treat yourself and how you see your future. What you really need is clarity, a clear mind that helps you think, decide, and dream big. You need self-respect, the power to say no when something doesn't feel right. You need to think about your tomorrow, not just today. When you protect your mind, you protect your greatest tool for life. The mind is like a garden. If you let weeds grow in it, it will be hard for flowers to bloom. But if you care for it and keep it clean, it will grow strong, full of hope and good ideas. Be the person who stays sharp, who listens carefully, thinks deeply, and leads by example. Be the one who protects your peace without needing a pill, a puff, or any mask to hide behind. Because real freedom is not about feeling high or numb. Real freedom is being fully you, fearless, clear-minded, and in control of your life. When you stay in control, you can face challenges, follow your dreams, and live without regret. You can choose happiness that lasts, not just moments of escape. You deserve that power. You deserve that freedom. Remember, your future is in your hands. Choose clarity. Choose respect. Choose yourself.